And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be riding the King Bull Hunter 2.0, as you see it right there. And this is a class 3 bike. And on this video what I wanted to talk about, there's more than three, but the three most important components on your bike, I would say, would be your battery, your motor, and your controller, in that order. Of course, the tires are important, your brakes, your everything else, the seat, everything is important, right? But those are the three especially important elements or components to your bike. So in this video, though, I want to talk about the number one and most expensive thing on your bike. The biggest component to me, and many of you would probably agree, is this right here, the battery. So I want to talk about that battery. So let's hop on and go for a ride, and we'll talk about batteries. And I think that's the most important, and that's the most valuable part of your e-bike. So when you buy an e-bike and you look at the price, let's just assume you're buying an e-bike and it's $1,500. You're probably going to get, for $1,500, a 48 volt 15 amp hour bike. That's what this is, but this bike is actually less than that right now. I believe $899. If you want to check it out, I have a link in the description. But this bike here would be the type of bike that you would get, 48 volt 15 amp hour. That's generally the average. I'd say the average e-bike out there is probably going to be about this, 14 or 15 amp hour and 48 volt. So basically the battery for a $1,500 or $1,500 bike is, and with most e-bikes, you're going to expect the battery to be worth 30 to 40% of the cost of the bike. So if the bike is $1,500, that battery is probably going to be worth $500 to $600. Now it could be more or it could be less, but be careful in cheap batteries. You don't want to get a cheapy battery, because those are the ones that are going to be a safety problem, or potentially a safety problem. Low quality cells in the battery. So you want to get a battery that is preferably certified, UL certified, like 2849, and you want to if it's possible, you want to get it kind of a name brand, one that's trusted. You're going to get a good battery if you buy a Samsung or an LG. So if you see those, then yeah, those are going to be pretty good batteries. You're not going to have to worry about it. You don't want to cheap out on the battery, like I say. That's the most important part of your bike. Some of these bikes that are only $500 or $600 makes you wonder what kind of a battery is in there, like what do they got in there for a battery? And that would be scary. So you don't want something cheap. You want to get a good bike that's reliable, trusted, where you can feel safe and don't have to have worries of issues with battery. The other thing about better batteries, better cells in the batteries, would be that you're going to have a longer life for the battery, and also it's going to be more efficient, more range. So definitely it's worth paying to get yourself a good battery. Right now I'm riding along in pedal assist 2. This is a class 3 bike that will go up to 27, just about 28 miles per hour. I've had it up to 27 point something on the level. But just expect to pay 30 to 40%. Now, The other thing that's going to add cost, and you're wondering why some bikes are more than others, well, better components on the bike, hopefully better components. If you're paying more money, they should be. And the other thing is the voltage. The higher the voltage, the more money you're going to pay. So if the battery is a higher voltage battery, it's going to be more expensive. So most times though, like I say, the average bike out there is probably going to have 48 volt and around 14 or 15 amp hour. You might have even 20 amp hour. The other thing to look out for and be careful of is the ones that offer huge batteries and the bike is really inexpensive, because obviously they've cut corners to sell the bike for as cheap as they're selling it, right? Like let's say you're buying somebody's offering you a $1,200 bike that's got a 48 volt 30 amp hour battery. You definitely want to be careful of something like that, because if the bike's only $1,200, it's a 30 amp hour battery, that battery is probably only going to be, you know, around $400. And I don't think so. So be careful of that. I would say, I would really suggest to get yourself a bike don't go on the cheap. Get yourself a bike that has a reputation out there. Read reviews, watch reviews, and get a good sense of what the bike is capable of and what it has to offer. Do your homework basically on a bike. Don't just buy one on Amazon because you see it for $599. Be careful. I kind of hope that they get to a situation, and I think we're heading that way, which is a good thing, to companies that are selling e-bikes that they must have these batteries certified. You know, we talk about being safe with our bikes and not allowing it to go X speed and all that, but I do think the batteries is a good place to really focus in on and maybe prioritize that. You know, if they're having issues. I don't know of anybody that's had a fire issue or anything, but we just don't want it. We pay enough for an e-bike as it is, so you want to make sure you have good components, particularly the battery, I'd say. I'd be really making sure the battery is decent. Let me know in the comments if you've had any issues or know of anybody that's had issues with batteries, cheap batteries. And do you know anyone that's had fire issues? Got a car right behind me. So I'm out for a leisure ride on a nice day. It's mostly sunny, but there are some clouds around. I think we might have some rain coming, but it's about 80 degrees right now. It doesn't actually even feel like 80 degrees to me. Just riding along on pedal assist 2, but we are going down a little decline here. And so it's going a little faster than the 14 to 15 miles an hour that pedal assist 2 on this bike provides. but you do get out to enjoy the outdoors, and you also get a nice little workout. I find the pedal assist 2 on this bike to be absolutely perfect for just cruising around on neighborhood streets. If you're going further distance and you're on a little bit more of a main street, well, you'd probably then want to go pedal assist 3, but beyond pedal assist 3, I suspect you wouldn't want to do that, because on this bike anyway, you're going to start to, you might be able to go past 3, but it starts to ghost pedal. 3 is about as comfortable for pedaling as you're going to get, probably about 20 miles an hour. I mean, if you go beyond that, you're going to pedal for a few minutes or ghost pedal, and then pedal for a few minutes, let it coast along there, and then do it again, kind of thing. Pedal a little more, kind of. I like a nice, steady, consistent pedal. It's not a vigorous, crazy pedaling. I'm not looking like a madman on the bike. Just a nice, steady pace here. As you can see right now, we're right around 14 to 15 miles an hour, which is perfect. I'm not trying to race or get anywhere anytime soon in a hurry. Just cruising around the neighborhood, talking e-bikes. So just remember that when you buy a bike, basically, generally anyway, it's going to be 30 to 40% of that value of your bike is the battery. And usually when you buy the bike, pretty much all the time, it comes with a charger. And make sure you use the actual charger that comes with the bike. Don't try to use a different charger. I would use the one specific for that bike. I have several chargers and I just use each one for their bike. You know, I don't try to use a different charger with a different bike. They all have their own charger, and that's what I do. And same with my electric kick scooter. I only use that for the kick scooter. I don't use it for anything else. All right, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to hop off the bike here. Talking about this right here, the battery. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this video or any others that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.